Hello and welcome to the Afl Riverina Football and Netball Show. I'm your host, Hannah Maguire. Now it's junior footy this week on the Football Show. We're talking all things footy camps, we've got some school footy and Auskick and finding out where our junior footy comp is headed right at the moment. Marc Geppert from AFL New South Wales ACT joins us in the studio. Welcome to the show, Marc. Now, first of all, we're going to chat about the multicultural program you guys have running at the moment.
Yeah, so we're now into our fourth year in Wagga of our AFL multicultural program. We've got a large group of young African boys and girls participating on a weekly basis. Now, it's not always about footy. For instance, last week we took them 10-pin bowling, which a lot had never done before, so it was a great experience for them. And we've now expanded our program into Griffith and also Albury. So that's been a huge success for the AFL, and we've also seen a lot of the boys and girls go on and play club footy on the weekends.
Okay. Now, we've recently had the Paul Kelly and Curry Cups for the schools. Tell us, where's she next for the players, or for the teams that have won those competitions? Yeah,
so last week or the week before we had the Giants Cup here in Wagga, which was a huge day of schoolboy footy for for Southern New South Wales. We had Kildare, Mater Dei progressed through to the state cups. So Kildare in the under-14s boys, Mater Dei in the 16s boys, and also the Kildare girls in the opens went through to the state final. So they'll play the Swans Cup winners in Blacktown in August, and normally our Southern New South Wales teams are pretty competitive at that next level. So we wish them all the best at those days.
Okay, at school holidays at the moment, there's a couple of camps you have up and running as well around the region.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of holiday camps for the kids to go to in the next 2 weeks. We've got Griffith on this Friday, which is normally very positive. We normally have around 100 kids go to that one in Griffith. Next Tuesday we've got one for the Hume League boys and girls out at Culcairn, and then next Thursday we're out to the Northern Riverina for Tullabajil. So. Yeah, look, they're fantastic days for the boys and girls to go along to. The kids receive an Auskick pack, and it's also great babysitting for mum and dad.
That's true. Speaking of mum and dad, another bit of a babysit for them as well is the Auskick, and the Auskick numbers around the region have improved, haven't they?
Yeah, so we've had steady growth over the past sort of 5 years. I think last year we had around 3,800 club Auskickers, which is I think close to the most in the state. Well, it is the most in the state for club Auskick. Now our target's getting higher and higher every year, and we continue to meet those targets. So I think our target around this year is about 4,000. So to have 4,000 club Auskickers in Southern New South Wales is massive. And yeah, Auskick really is the future of our clubs. And if we can keep getting kids into the Auskick level, well, they'll keep progressing through our junior age groups.
Yeah, and I guess a bit of a coup for that too is the half-time Auskick opportunities that they can play, you know, at the major games of the AFL.
Yeah, so we only had one opportunity this year, and that was at Etihad Stadium, which is this week between the Richmond Tigers and North Melbourne. So we're sending Broken Hill for the Little League, and also Tumut and Tumbarumba Auskick Centres who have never had the opportunity to go to Melbourne before. So yeah, they get a chance to run around at half time of an AFL game and get their tickets supplied and all that sort of stuff. So those small communities really do make a fun trip out of it for the families. So fantastic opportunity, and one that I'm sure the kids will never forget.
Yeah, sounds great. We'll talk to you now about the upcoming games this weekend. The Farah League we'll start with. Colliambley versus East Wagga. Who do you think in this game?
I reckon the Hawks are playing some pretty good footy at the moment. I reckon Jacko's got them heading in the right direction, so I'll go for the Hawks in that one.
Rightio. We've got Mara and the Northern Jets. I mean, Mara, they can be a bit of a surprise packet at times.
Yeah, that one's out at Langtree Oval, I think, so I reckon I'll go for Mara in a close one. They have got a few injury concerns. I know young Callum Gardner missed last week with an ankle, so if he plays, he may prove the difference between Mara and the Jets.
Well, being a former Northern Jets player, I'm going to go to the Jets with that one. We've got CSU versus Temora.
Yeah, Temora in that one. Their leg speed and their youth's just too strong at the moment, and I'll pick Temora pretty easy in that one.
Okay, and the Rock at home against North Wagga. I mean, you're going to have to go the Rock in that one,
the Rock are they're playing some pretty good footy. They've got a lot of experience, and yeah, their experienced players will get them over the line against North Wagga, I'd say.
All right, well, there you have it. The expert tips from Marc Geppert from AFL New South Wales ACT. Thanks for joining us today, Marc.
No worries, Hannah. Thanks.
Tom Walker from AFL Riverina joins us in the studio now. Now, Tom is the Football Operations Coordinator. We're going to talk all things junior footy. Wagga District Junior Football Club, it's actually on the increase, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The Wagga District Juniors is growing in numbers. It's going from strength to strength each year. They've introduced an under-14s competition on a Friday night. Originally that was on a Sunday. They only managed to get 3 teams. Putting it on Friday, they've managed to get 7 teams in that competition. It's going really, really well. The clubs are enjoying that. In the netball as well, they've introduced under-13s and 15s, and the numbers in that are really, really great. It's a fantastic competition. I'm sure all the girls are enjoying it. Okay,
there were a few junior rep matches on recently as well. Can you tell us a bit about those?
Yeah, the Southwest Juniors and Wagga District Juniors play annually in a representative fixture. Under 12s, 13s, 14s and 15s in the football. Under 11s, 13s and 15s in the netball. They do it every year. It's a fantastic representative game. This year it was 2-2 in the football. The Wagga District Juniors won 12s and 14s. The Southwest Juniors won 13s and 15s, and the 15s was a great game, only a couple of goals in it.
Okay, now the Southwest Junior Football League, the numbers or the teams in that competition have increased as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The Collyambley Junior Football Club managed to put in all grades this year, the first time they've managed to do that. Overall, there is growth. It's fantastic. It's a great competition out in the Southwest Juniors, and it's going really, really well.
Okay, and the Griffith Giants and the Griffith Swans, they're going from strength to strength as well, those clubs?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, the Griffith Swans split in 2, so it's now the Griffith Giants and Swans. They've been able to get fantastic numbers. It's really great for the competition out at the MIA area. Not only are they putting the numbers on the park, but they're finding really great talent. Both clubs last year had 2 teams in the grand finals. That's a wonderful effort. They're going really, really well, and they're really, really well governed by Paul Foley and Graham Lyons over there.
Yeah, and I guess before that, the MIA region, Griffith Leeton, it was sort of more of a rugby league-based
Yeah, absolutely.
area.
It's more of a rugby league kind of soccer area, but we managed to be able to tap into some of that talent and get them across the AFL, which is great for our sport.
Yeah, definitely. Now we'll chat all things Riverina League. Now we'll get you to give us our tips for the Riverina League. We'll start with Gully versus the Tigers.
Yep, that's probably the game of the round without a doubt. First game, Gully and Tigers, it was a very, very close game, nothing in it. I tipped this game to be just as close. I think Gully, only because they're at home.
Rightio. And your mate Geppert, how many is he going to kick this week?
Oh, he's been off the radar. He hasn't been going too well. He was a bit cranky on Monday, but I'm sure he'll bounce back fine.
Okie doke. We've got Turvey Park versus Ganmain.
Yeah, Ganmain, they've been going really, really well. Really well led by Jaden Kotz there. He really seems to have the club going in the right direction. They've had so much success of late. Turvey Park, they're in a bit of a rebuilding process at the moment under Chris Lorado. Should be a competitive game. Turvey at home, they're always hard to beat. But at the moment, Ganmain have too much class.
Rightio. We've got Narrandera and Griffith.
Yeah, this should be a great game. Narrandera reigning premiers, well led by James Rice and the boys over at Narrandera. They've been a bit down the last couple of weeks, but I'm sure they'll be fired up for this one against Griffith. They'll want the 4 points and try and head towards the finals campaign. Okay,
Coolman Mango. Can anyone beat them?
It's going to be a tough game for Mango. They were pretty competitive last week against Ganmain. There was nothing in that game. They trying to produce that form against Coolman. They're always half a chance, but it's pretty hard to go past an undefeated team at home.
All right, and Leeton, of course, have the bye. Well, thanks for joining us today, Tom.
No, thanks for having me, Helen.
And unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. We'll see you next week on the AFL Riverina Football Show. Make sure you join us online at aflriverina.com.au, and we'll see you then.